What's up, everybody? Dean Lyons here, founder of Lyons Den Life Coaching. Happy to come to you guys tonight and bring you essential skills for a complete life. All right. So what we're going to talk about tonight, guys, is one of my favorite topics, and that is the mind. Okay. One of the things I want to bring people through is different levels of building that complete life. Okay. It's not all about just one thing. There's not just a one-stop shop, everything fixes it, or one thing fixes everything, something like that. So what I'm going to be doing through these videos throughout time is giving you guys little quick tips and tricks, call them life hacks if you will, to be able to get that life you guys are really looking for. Okay, now one thing that most people don't understand is that everything you have in your life, every result you're getting, every way you look, all the friends you have, the money you are or are not making, all that stuff, guys, it starts right here in the mind, okay? And what I'm going to talk about is kind of how that works, right? Now, before I get into that, okay, brief story, kind of, what brought me to this conclusion, how I kind of stumbled upon this, what I've watched other people do, things like that, okay? So for me personally, my biggest one was finances, okay? Through all the other areas of my life, I struggled with finances the most, okay? And it had nothing to do with lack of work ethic, okay? I was an extremely hard worker, okay? There was some other things I did lack, maybe like self-discipline and things like that, but there was never any position that I was at that the person next to me was outperforming me, yet I never seemed to get really, truly ahead financially, okay? That always bothered me, okay? And so what I did is I started studying. I started going hard. I'm not just working hard, but trying to unravel what was really happening. Okay, and this one thing I continue to come across was this idea that our thoughts create our actions, which give us results. Okay, and our thoughts come from our programming, right? So what I immediately started doing is I started looking at, well, what type of programming do I have in my brain when it comes to finances? Okay, and so what I stumbled across is I started looking at how I was raised and how my mom was raised and how her mom was raised, and as I was looking through that, guys, all these different things started popping up in my head, realizing that I was taught that rich people are greedy, rich people are stingy, rich people did something bad to get there, okay? That having a good spiritual life and being financially abundant, that they were in opposition of one another. And just all these different things, okay? And that's not only from my upbringing, but then that was, every movie I'd watch, I'd say, yep, sure enough, the rich guy's the bad guy. And that was severely implanted into my brain, okay, you guys? And so what I realized very quickly was that no matter how hard I worked, I would always find a way to reroute myself back into being broke, whether that was spending money I shouldn't have spent, whether that was not saving money, whether that was working hard and getting a little ahead financially, closing some sales or working a lot of hours, and then I would suddenly get sick, and I had to stay home, or I would not close sales all of a sudden, and sure enough, I would work myself right back down to being broke, robbing Peter to pay Paul. Just to be real with you guys, I was third generation welfare, guys, and that's not talking any down on anybody in my family in the past, but I just want to let you know how far I've been able to come. Thank God, and thank all the people that have been able to jump into my life and mentor me, okay? So what I want to break down real quick, guys, is just a brief, I'm a visual person, okay? So I want to break this down, how this really works for you guys so you can start to implement it, okay? So what I'm going to go into, now forgive me, I like teaching skills about a complete life. I am not the best artist, all right? So really simply, we're going to say that is your head to some degree. Maybe you have, a hard, Cro-Mag, whatever, right? But that's all right. So what I want to show here, guys, is really simple. Now, you have your brain, okay? Now, you essentially have two parts, okay? Or for those of you more technical, you have maybe a spot here and a spot here, all right? And it's two different types of thought processes there, okay? Number one, you have your subconscious brain, and then number two, you have what's called your prefrontal cortex, okay? Now, this is kind of geeky language, or whatever you want to call it, but keep it really simple. This thing runs everything you do. This thing just kind of looks at all the stuff around you and kind of notices what you happen to be doing, okay? For instance, you don't think about brushing your teeth. This may pick up the toothbrush, but this tells you, when to brush your teeth, how long you brush your teeth, why you brush your teeth, things like that, okay? All these things that you do out of just habit, all right? So what I want you to understand is really simple, then we're going to shut it down for the night. This right here, guys, while this controls your conscious actions, this subconscious part of your brain, okay, I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you guys to see that, tells this thing what to do in your life. Simple as that, guys, okay? So what you have to do, now you've all seen this in action, okay? Some of you guys have maybe tried to quit smoking. Some of you guys have tried to lose weight, try to gain weight, try to make money, try to save money, try to get a good relationship, try to break out of a bad relationship, try to get a great spiritual life, fall back into sin, all these different things, guys, and you consciously want it. You know you want to hit that goal, but no matter how hard you grit your teeth, no matter how hard you try to will yourself through this, you always tend to fall back to the same old spot, okay? That's because of your programming, guys. However you got there, we're not going to go too much deeper into that. But just understand something really simple, guys. While your subconscious or your programming that you were brought up with, okay, controls this, which controls your actions, which gives you your results. Here's this right here. Sorry, guys, had a brief disconnection there. This subconscious thing right here, this listens to what you have here and every other source of information you give it on a constant repetitive basis. All right, guys? So it's really simple. If you want to change your results in your life, you start by changing the programming in your brain. You got to rewrite the software, guys. One great example I was given, and it's a really simple one. Imagine this. Imagine you typed up a sentence, right? And maybe, who knows, I'm going to go outside later. And now what you've done is you've typed that into your computer, you hit print, it prints out, and it says, I'm going to go outside later. Now you say, I don't really like that sentence. So what you do is you erase on the paper, guys. You don't delete, you don't change anything on the computer. You just simply erase on the paper, right? And then you hit print again, and you're hoping something different comes out. Okay, and obviously we know that's stupid, that's never going to work. Okay, but that's what it's like, guys. That's when you're working on the symptoms, when you're working on the results themselves, okay, instead of the programming that got you there. Now, we all know how a computer works. We know we're simply going to go to that computer, we're going to hit delete, get rid of that sentence, type a different sentence. I'm going to go outside immediately. And now you hit print, and now a different sentence is going to come out on that, guys, and it's really that simple, okay? So again, guys, whatever result you're trying to get, stop striving so hard by trying to catch the next fad diet or just whatever you're trying, guys. I'm telling you, man, if that's all you're doing, you are going to fail. I promise you, okay? Once I rewrote my programming, I started doing these different things, okay? And these are all the things I'm going to teach you in Lions Den Life Coaching, all right? Whether it be subscription service, one-on-one coaching sessions, things like that. I'm going to teach you guys these tips and tricks, like I was mentioning earlier, to be able to get through these walls, okay? To be able to transform yourself into the person you really want to be. And I can help you rewrite this, guys. I guarantee it. I've rewritten my programming for every area of my life, and I can help you do that too, all right? So I hope that helps you guys. Remember, work on the subconscious, not the results. If you're having trouble, guys, hit me up. I can teach you how to do this stuff. Pretty soon you're going to be able to subscribe to Lions Den Coaching. You're going to be able to sign up for private sessions with myself, and I guarantee you I'm going to give it everything I got to get you guys to that result, all right? So thank you guys so much for those of you joining me, those of you see me in the future, okay? I love all you guys, and remember, it is possible.